back now. Two of them, they're racing really hard. Be careful with them, guys. Coming. P-car one back. Minus 9.4 now. Minus 9.4. What do you want me to do? It's up nice and dry. At it. Hold on. We're looking at it. I'm jumping in. You're looking at the bed. I'm taking to the rear. Hit this lap. Hit this lap.
No breath, no heartbeat, just static remains. Hollow reflections, ghosts in the cold. So come burn down my escape. I wanna feel it, come drag me into the void. Let my circuits decay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. You never
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Well, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the next shit show that is me playing LMU. Yeah. If you notice, there's a wall next to me now because on Wednesday when I was gonna stream, I decided I wanted to relocate the rig. I ended up going out and getting another TV for a separate, because as you guys remember from before, maybe you don't, I was playing on my movie theater screen, and while it was cool, it sort of ruined the, spatial and enjoyment side of watching movies. So I knew I needed to do this, so I decided, screw it, now's the time where I think sim racing feels a little on the stale side. Let me move the rig over. And so now I have my own little dedicated space for the rig. And, yeah. I gotta figure out what to put in this wall, though. I need something here. Something that, like, says, look at me and all of my personality. Which I have none, so. Anyway, folks, how's it been this week in the video game space, the sim racing world? Anybody do anything cool, anything new? I haven't been doing a whole lot. Oil Slick, I wish I could post a meme of Will Ferrell and Elf. You sit on a throne of lies. Yes, sir. Hey, if I recall, I said, mark this time, when I'm saying I'm never playing LMU ever again. And then, because I knew I was gonna at some point. This is, it's not really so much sitting on a throne of lies as it is sitting on a throne of sim racing boredom. We need more. Although this game at least feels like a finished game, it's just a one-trick pony, so there's only so much to do in it. Really threw us for a loop for the server maintenance with no update in PMR. Yeah, it happens. It happens. What's going on, Crazy 50 Ford? Gonna grind Race Room today? You can't go wrong with Race Room. Cannot go wrong with Race Room. Biggest reason why I stepped away from PMR, at least until the update, I don't expect the next update to do anything major, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't expect any individual update to do anything major. Realistically, until we get Join in Progress, whenever that might come, which I don't think that's too far off the horizon. I'm pretty confident they're pretty well into that. I don't know if it's going to be in the next patch. I don't think it is. I don't know. Either way, we'll find out when we get it. But I want to take a break from it till the update, simply because there's nobody playing it at the moment right now. I mean, there's some people, but I have to approach sim racing from a streaming aspect as well as enjoyment. And that is, while PMR might be one of my more preferred sims to play from a driving experience wise, if nobody is playing it when I'm live, I can't do anything with it. And the AI is really only there, as far as I'm concerned, for practice, more so than trying to do something in single player. So it is what it is. We're back on LMU. We'll see what happens if I last. I don't know. I don't have much confidence. I will say I played a little off stream of 1.3, and I did jump over to iRacing as well. And I'll be completely honest with you, without playing online, because other people have a tendency to ruin things, I just played against the AI and did solo running. And I'll be honest with you, I like driving in LMU a lot better than iRacing. It is what it is. From everything. Graphics, force feedback. I did tweak. My big problem I had with LMU is lack of sense of speed. I did figure out a couple things in the game that do make it better. It's still missing some, but it's definitely better. For example, Horizon Lock is off by default. Horizon Lock, I don't understand why that's off by default, because now put yourself in anything the way depth perception works. Looking at a TV, driving your car around. If you move your head around from, say, vibrations or movement or whatever that's going on, say, inside a car, the things closest to you move a lot more than the things far away, like the horizon. But in LMU, the default setting is basically your head moves, the car, you're moving with the car, like your head's bolted to the car, and the horizon is moving like crazy. That is a massively unrealistic visual aid. So all you have to do is turn on Horizon Lock, and now it makes it so the horizon barely moves, and you're moving inside the car. That, to me, is a much more realistic perspective of being bounced around by the road of a car, or the road that you're driving the car on. So that did help quite a bit. But the question is, will I stick around for the racing content? That's always the caveat with LMU for me. Because I've always liked solo driving in LMU. It's the whole getting online and being forced to race in a ranked situation, and only that, with no customizability, that just sort of you know, yeah, can get very stale. So today, we're going to mix it up a little bit. Today, we're obviously playing LMU, but we're going to start practicing. Now, there is an online race that I very much want to do that is interesting to me. Finally, some variety. Turn this music down just a little bit. Not this race. I don't care about Fuji. This race right here. We got 24 minutes till the next one. I don't know if I'll make that one. I might do some practicing for a decent amount of time beforehand. But this race has me intrigued. It's a nighttime race, fixed GT3, and it's the school circuit of Sebring, so it's a short track. This is a potentially really fun race. Now, it could easily be ruined by other people, and myself included, not knowing how to navigate around other people. But the reality is of LMU, I need to get silver. If I'm going to have any semblance of fun in this game, I need to get silver. I need to get out of the GT3s. I need to get into the Hypers. Hypers have my interest. GT3s, I have no interest in GT3s. But that being said, if we're going to compare PMR right now to LMU, primarily at a GT3 and GT3 only level, LMU, I think, is the better car to drive. And I think a lot of people will agree with me on that one. However, where PMR shines, obviously, is in all of the other cars that LMU doesn't even have. But that's been the case kind of since day one for me. But anyway. I'm going to give iRacing another look. Yeah, it's the driving and the visuals that really kind of hurt me on iRacing, man. I enjoy LMU a lot more. In that specific regard, I'm doing the wrong thing here. The variety of iRacing is nice. That part's very nice. It's weird. When I really, really break down this sim racing space, there is no fully complete game. There is no one game that completely cannibalizes all of the other games in the industry. It's not iRacing. It's not LMU. It's not Race. I think Race Room is, believe it or not, the most complete sim right now, but nobody plays it. So there goes that, you know. Let's see. I also have a poll going right now. Is this sim better after update 1.3? I've only done single player in 1.3. Feels pretty good. I don't know if much is different. They have a boatload of patch notes, blah, blah, this, that, and the other thing. But I don't play this game enough to be able to go, like, patch to patch and be able to, like, oh, that's a definite change, you know? All right, so we're going to stick to the Mustang today. I've already made that commitment, hence why it's a thumbnail. We're going Mustang. We're focusing on this particular race, and we're just going to practice. So let's get out. Well, by practice, I mean practice with the AI in a race. So we want tire warmers off because we want this to be as game or ranked realistic as possible. Difficulty, let's see, they were super easy at rookie. Let's go, I am a beginner at this. Let's go intermediate. Damage simulation, realistic. Tire wear, realistic. Tire warmers off. Yep, fuel usage, realistic. I assume that these are all the settings. Now, I do have the driving line on. Get over it. We're going to practice. Talking about practice. Caddy CTSV is hilariously bad. Oh, I know. I have that one. That is one of the few cars that I do have. I shouldn't say the few cars, but I do have that car in iRacing Hall and Bass, and it is a rough car to drive. By the way, way to kick my ass last night on NGT. I jumped on for one race, jumped into a default BMW, and in qualifying, I think you had like 4 seconds on me. I think in the closest I got, because you definitely quit, the closest I got to your lap time was like 2.5 seconds out of 10 laps. Your qualifying time, I mean. And I mean, it was like a good lap, too. I don't even know where I would find the rest of that time. Not even worth thinking about. Waiting to see how Le Mans runs in the Steam Machine when it's released. If it's good, I'm ordering one. I'll be honest with you. LMU, I think, runs on a potato. This game is very efficient visually. Or graphically, I should say. But I mean, like, if you look, there's no grass. There's a lot, like, look at the grass. That's iRacing level grass. You know, I'm okay with that, though. I don't mind that. I prefer to cut my frame rate in half and have way better visuals, but I'm also not gonna... Oh, I also have my, I forgot. Startled me. I have my mouse on the ground. My haptics going for immersion standpoint. Probably. Here's the thing, if this game had a good single player, LMU would actually be a lot of fun for me. My biggest complaint about LMU is how bad, at least in bronze anyway, how bad the drivers are and how hard you get punished by the game for bad drivers. Single player is actually pretty fun. Oh, I thought I had it on. I set my FOV, I set my horizon lock, so the car moves around a lot more. I got the game visually, it's at max settings. I also found that motion blur being on helped with the senses. Oh, cool. That's alright, we're just practicing. But see, like, if this was a ranked race is already over. Also going to remind myself, too, I forgot, I don't have warm... Although my tires look pretty warm already. Hold on. Yeah, 140. That's not bad. Realistically, in a real scenario, 145-degree tire temperature is plenty of tire to start to push. Bailey Trapsky, thank you for the sub. What's going on, Weira? Yeah, I'm doing good. Took a little mini break from sim racing. Not tomorrow. Next week we'll be back to our regularly scheduled sim racing schedule. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Oh my god, I got it. This is why I got to practice this particular layout. I was ready to full send it right there. I will say the audio for the Mustang in this is pretty solid. It's pretty accurate, although AC Evo's puts it to shame. That's like believe it or not, my favorite of all of AC Evo. My favorite part is the audio for the Mustang GT3. It's 1 for 1. It's perfect. Like, make zero changes to the audio of the Mustang in AC Evo. This one's pretty close, but it's a little tone deaf. The one in PMR, while I think it sounds probably the best, it sounds nothing like a Coyote 5-liter. It just sounds like a sort of a generic V8.
12.18.
Yup. Oh my god. Also, I found the AI in LMU not really any better than your favorite worst sim. They're very all over the place. They're very sloppy. They will hit you. They will not avoid you. That's a lie. They'll avoid you a little bit, but they will also dive bomb you. You know, times are crazy when I'm streaming LMU. I have all the games. I might as well use it. I have literally every ounce of DLC for this game. I haven't even used the last DLC. I have not driven a single car from the last DLC. I bought it, though.
That time was a 1:10.97.
Yeah, Holland, if you don't have AC Evo, you really need to try the Mustang in AC Evo. It is 1 for 1, man. It sounds so good. This one, like I said, doesn't sound bad. It has a little bit of that induction sound that the Coyotes make. But it's not, like, AC Evo captures it so much better. It's weird. I gotta, like, turn the AI up a little bit because they are slowing my pace down here. I've gone, on this circuit so far, I've done 106 solo without the AI. So what am I at right now? Yeah, my last lap was 110. So I'm like 4 seconds off my pace because of the AI. I average 107 though, so let's be more realistic. My fastest is 106.
That time was a 1:11.5.
Rally was made an official FIA. Yeah, it's not. I feel like Kunos focuses heavily on licensing before game development, which is, in my opinion, sort of backwards. You really need to have a really, although AC Rally, I don't know how the licensing works with Kunos. Because obviously they have paid. It's obviously not being developed by Kunos. But it's called Assetto Corsa, which means there is some level of licensing and or, you know, tangible funding related to AC Rally versus Evo, or Kunos, I should say. And I'm curious how that works. But anyway, Kunos seems to really focus on licensing before, like, gameplay. And I think that's, I don't know, I think that's sort of a mistake. Because I don't think any Assetto Corsa game, even at 1.0, has ever been a good launch.
That time was a 1:08.66.
It's easy to roast PMR on their launch, but they're just the most recent one, that's all. This game was dog shit at launch. This game was absolute unplayable dog shit on launch. I didn't really start attempting to play it until 1.0. And I know 1.0 launched, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. PMR launched and no, they didn't. The way these video games are and the way they work now, and as far as I'm concerned, no matter what you call it, launch day is when the public can play the game regularly. Whether it's early access or considered 1.0, that to me is irrelevant. That's bad marketing, but as far as the development of the game cycle is concerned, day one is when the public has access to the game. And this game, on day one, when we were able to play this game, when we were able to purchase this game and play it, it was bad. It was very, very bad. But like right now, what I'm doing, this is enjoyable. This is enjoyable. Fixing the horizon and shit really made the overall driving experience better. I'm telling you, like, my eyes are a big factor into if I enjoy the feeling of sim racing or not. And the lack of horizon lock, here, let me actually show you the difference. I do not like without horizon lock. So let me show you. Where's my mouse? My mouse on the ground because my haptics will move my mouse all over the place. Let's go to graphics. Lock horizon, turn that off. And now what's going to happen is you're going to be like sort of locked more. Your head's going to be locked more to the car and the horizon's going to move. And this, to me, really, really hurts the experience. It might be minor to a lot of you guys. What the hell just happened there? Oh, I know what happened. My mouse. I thought it was the game. My mouse is moving around. So, like, this to me is a very unrealistic experience. The way the horizon's moving and I'm not in the car. In real life, the things closest to you, when your head moves around, like I already said at the beginning of the stream, they're going to move more. The horizon's going to move the least. So in my opinion, if you want a realistic visual perspective of the race, turn on horizon lock. Now, I have it set to low. If you set it all the way to high, or ultra, or locked, I should say, that looks bad. because now the horizon just cannot move. That I don't like. I like it at low. Low does a really good job of making it so the horizon moves very little and the car moves a lot.
Lap 108.27.
I don't know if this most recent 1.3 update addressed the tires. The tires feel a lot better, though. Could be placebo. But it does feel like they, the tires have a little less understeer than they did before. And that was my biggest complaint about the tires. My fucking mouse is doing that. Hold on. My mouse is vibrating, or my mouse is moving. Butt kickers. And it's causing my game to go, oh my god. This is one thing that annoys me about it. There's no control of the menu without a mouse. I'm going to have to get into the straight here. Now I got to move the mouse. I could turn off my butt kickers, but I need to be immersed. I need to be checked. I need to be convinced. Although I also found too that in this, you want to be down in a second gear for this turn. In like PMR, I'm in third. If I go in a second, it's like too much.
9.94.
What's going on, AJ? Most of the bashing of PMR because of Mr. Bell. People blame him for pretty much everything. That said, he does talk shit quite. I agree. I do think he is problematic for the company, for the brand. If you, Trev, if you go play PMR right now, this is what it looks like from a cockpit standpoint. The horizon moves a lot less, which again is the more realistic of the two. In real life, if you're in a car and you're on like a bumpy road, like you don't actually even have to get in a car. Just put yourself with like some depth perception to whatever it is you're looking at. Look at something far away and have something close to your face, and then move your head around. The thing that's close to your face moves around a lot more than the thing that's far away. And the further away something gets, the less it moves with your head. Which is why Horizon Lock looks so much better, in my opinion. It's more realistic. And if we're chasing realism, well... Oh, use bumper and bonnet? Got it. There you go.
Lap 108.48.
I need cockpit view, though. I'm like the opposite of the guys that, like, you know, I prefer cockpit because it's just easier to me. I don't know why. It's probably just because I'm used to it, like everything else. Whatever you get used to is what you're going to be the best at. And I'm used to cockpit view. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a way to turn off the virtual mirror? What's going on, Mayhem? There's no way to turn off. See that? Customizable HUDs go so far with me. It's not a make or break by any means, but you know, there's a lot of things that the HUD and PMR does wrong that I don't like. For example, I want bindable HUD features, meaning I can cycle through different HUDs on a key binding or something like that. Similar to like AMS2 or Race Room. Race Room, I think, is the best because each individual thing on your HUD, is bindable. So I could turn off each bit of telemetry on a separate button, which to me is fucking awesome. It really is, makes me sad that Race Room is not more popular. Although, I'm not gonna lie, force feedback in this game feels pretty fucking good. Mainly the detail. There's some weird, like, lack of detail spots, especially under understeer. Like, this game has a real bad habit. It's gotten better, but a real bad habit of muting force feedback with understeer to the point where it feels like you've locked the front tires up and you have no grip. That would be like my one probably tweak to the force feedback in this game is more detail with understeer. It's definitely better though, I'll say that. Press 3 for mirror. Oh! Oh, look at that! You're the man. Fway says no. I'm like, well, Fway knows. Fway's played this game more than me. He must know. And then Truggy comes in here and just says, boom, hit this button, and all your problems will be solved. You've won! Proud of you! Well, we officially know that I am better than the AI at 85%. That's not saying much. Boy, you just lost points, by the way. Trust points. This is one thing that confuses me about this layout is where the pit location. Trying to remember to do things right in this game. There is no, like, room for error in this game. It's everything like that. That's how you have to finish a race, you know? And I'm fine with that. I just wish it was a bit more like... Like, one thing I think this game should do a little bit better is hold your hand, but in the beginning stages. It's very much a trial by fire type game where it's like, go figure it out. Here's the game, here's all of its authenticity, just go figure this shit out. And you're going to figure it out by struggling. So I'm over 3 seconds faster than the AI, with the AI at 85%, so let's bump them up. What's the over-under on the rage quit? I don't know. If I stick to single player, I probably won't. I'll very much enjoy it. It's this online thing here that's going to make me potentially... you know, smash something. Cycle through mirrors through binding. Yep, figured that one out now. LMU is working. No more disappearing cars. I can see her around and ahead of me now. Well, that all depends on this setting, too. Shout Monk. If you, right here, vehicles. I don't know what you have this set to. But that's never been an issue for me, disappearing vehicles. You just set this to a reasonable number. If you set this to too low of a number, it'll only display so many cars at once to save resources. 40 to me is plenty. I don't need more than 40. But, like, I mean, I'm running this, as you can see, at max. Absolute maximum. This setting, by the way, if you are playing LMU and the aliasing bothers you, turn off FXAA. Because you can compile them, or compile them. I don't know if that is the word. Combine them is probably a better word for it, though. But FXAA is actually going to reduce image quality and give you more frames. Turn that off. Or an MSAA 8X. That's going to be your best aliasing. I wish this thing had modern aliasing. TAA, DLSS, stuff like that. DLSS would make the game look better and give you more frames, especially over MSAA. MSAA is actually a really punishing method, frame rate-wise. You got your handbrake today, so the hype for Horizon's starting to get bigger? Sweet. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited for that. I'm very much excited for Horizon. From a pure Hoon standpoint, I'm not expecting this kind of racing. I missed the race, right? I assume. Yep, 39 minutes. I missed it. All right, we got to set a timer. Or does this... Can I register for this and then go do single player? No, I need to get Race Control Pro. See, this is what the part that pisses me off. I'm not on triples, Truggy. I'm on a single. I'm not really a triples guy, if I'm being honest with you. Mainly because I hate Windows and I hate dealing with multiple displays. I have a main image that I capture from and then my streaming monitor. I don't know if I'll ever do triples, if I'm being... I think motion and triples might be something that I truly just never do. I prefer a single panel for simplicity. Well, like PMR, Horizon is about 100% about having fun, and I think it's going to be really fun. Yeah. Pro, yeah. This is the one thing that I don't like that... I should say the one thing, but the biggest thing that I don't like that LMU is doing, from like somewhat of a greed standpoint, is they're following the iRacing method, and that is, here's a bunch of paid content. You buy the game, you pay for all the DLCs, and then here's also subscription model. Now, it's good that you're not forced to have a subscription, but I think the way they have this set up, let's pull this up on screen. God damn it. There we go. So this here especially bothers me. Where is it? Custom liveries being locked behind a paywall to me. That to me is very greedy. Like, I wouldn't mind if just the custom liveries was in the free one. But now you're forced to pay $48 a year just so you can have some custom liveries. To me, that's greedy. You know? Online championships, extended registration, incident protests, things like that. Like, overall, sort of... I get it. You know? But, stuff like custom liveries to me is so basic. Putting that behind a paywall. Like, for example, the only reason I would consider Race Control Pro, for me, from a practical standpoint, is custom liveries. Because I'm a loser like that. You know? I like my custom liveries. It adds a little bit of spice to the experience. You know? What is the LMU and R Factor 2 DLC stuff? What is that? You guys, Truggy, you seem to know a good amount about this. What is, because that's the only thing that's separating that. Oh, I never mind. You get access to the DLCs moving forward. I got it. Never mind. I get it. Ripped off like the audiophile community. Yeah. It's a shame. It's really just the liveries, though. I don't mind not being exempt or being... Like, as far as online championships and stuff like that, I'm okay with that being behind a paid sort of subscription model because that's like an event. So like anything in real life, you have to pay to go to an event. Be part of it. It's actually very expensive. If you think $48 for the year is expensive, you don't know real racing. Even just standard old bring your street car to a community race. Shit, 15 years ago it was over $100 to register for one day. And that's at a drag strip, too. Yeah, let it expire. Realistically, for me, I would rather pay for DLCs. I don't like renting content. I really don't like that. So for me, if I were to ever get into LMU and play it more often, for me, Race Control Pro would be where it ends. I don't care about spending twice as much money a year on a subscription to get free content. I'd rather own the content and have it whenever I want and let this expire, and I lose liveries, championships, extended registration, and incident protests, and that's all I lose. Anyway, so we're going to set a manual timer here on my phone. Because I do want to enter into those races, but I do want to practice because I need time. So we're 34 minutes out, so we'll set it for a half hour so we can get a half hour worth of practicing in. All right, countdown has begun. 30 minutes. No, I know. It's just not there yet. I know that part, Truggy. I was just looking at that race because that's the one I want to do. I have no interest in racing on Fuji. I'm not an when it comes to F1 tracks, I prefer racing F1 cars, not GT3. I don't like racing GT3s in general. I'm just trying to get to silver so I can race the hypers. I like racing fast cars. GT3s are a bit too much of a bore to me. All right, let's see. Advanced. All right, so we know we got this covered. So let's try 90. Bump it up. I'm only going to go creep up simply because, well, you're good, Truggy. I know very little about this game. Some things I have figured out, but I'd rather you, tell me something I already know than be quiet and me miss something that was important. We run to the bathroom quick. Let's see. There are expensive myths in sim racing, then gold-plated cables, etc. Yeah, exactly. Look into what you pay per lap in Nords. Exactly. I wish this game had Nords. I know it's not WEC. I get it. But goddamn, not having Nords in a racing game sucks. All right, let me run to the bathroom quick. All right. Get the hoe on the showed. How much does it cost to host a server in this game? Because that, believe it or not, is my biggest complaint about this game. And I know a lot of sims do it this way, is having to rent lobbies and rent servers. And that's something I love about games like PMR, Race Room, AMS2. It's free. You just create your own lobby and you're good to go. I am more about community racing than I am this, like, fictitious wanna be a real race car driver world, you know? I'm never gonna be a real race car driver. I don't want to be a real race car driver. I'm content with this stuff being a video game for me, so let me play with my friends. Without having to pay, that is.
Green flag, green flag.
Jesus, AI. You know what I'm saying about the AI, though? There's no AI in a video game that I've experienced that, what's a lie, iRacing's AI is pretty damn good. The adaptive AI in iRacing, like, phenomenal, actually. That should be, like, the golden standard of AI. I actually have found that LMU is... They did announce with the 1.3 update. Or was it 1.2? Whenever the last DLC was. I think it was 1.3. That they are going to be focusing a lot on a single-player style mode. I mean, AMS2's been saying that for a long time. However, this game is definitely rolling in the money to be able to do what they say they want to do, you know? This game is not at iRacing numbers by any means, but it's nipping at the heels. Oh, like that, right there. That guy went from the outside in and just pushed me out of the way. But I guess if we're simulating realism, and you play with these people in the lobbies, then the AI is realistic. I say that about PMR all the time. In fact, I trust the AI in PMR more than I trust real players. Please compare the realism and tire model with PMR. They both do certain things better. So GT3 for GT3 experience, this is better than PMR. But I've been pretty vocal about how I don't like the driving of the GT3s in PMR. They're too slidey. But that being said, though, the best cars in PMR drive better than the cars in LMU. It's just not the GT3 stuff. Like the GTEs in PMR, oh my god, they're so good. Some of the best sim racing you can possibly do. GTEs in PMR. And the 2005 GTs as well. But the GT3s, which is the popular shit, that's the only stuff that people want to do. That's, I think, where PMR is missing the most right now. Like, cause this, admittedly, this is a better GT3 experience. I mean, it should be. It's one of two kinds of cars in all of LMU, so they should really be doing it better, you know? But the GTEs and PMR, they're some of my favorite things to drive, period.
Lap 1:09.64.
Troggy, correct me if I'm wrong, but can you adjust fuel in a fixed race? Because the online race right now is fixed. I don't know if fuel falls under fixed or not. Obviously the setup does, but I don't know if fuel is considered part of the fixed setup. You can? Alright, so I'll have to be wary of that. Good to know. Because I don't care about it in the AI. As far as I'm concerned, it's just one more bit of challenge. My car's heavier. But online, I obviously care about that. I'm not going to race with a disadvantage for no reason.
Lap 1:09.34.
As far as details of the tire model are concerned, tires are a tough one. Because it's not just this tire model is better, or that tire model is better. So, like, for example, where PMR's tire model is, in my opinion, undisputed the best, is going past the limit. something I commonly complain about. I'm not the only one. A lot of people in sim racing complain about this. And it's a lot of the sims, especially iRacing, where the tires just shut off after you go past the limit. That's not how tires work. Tires remain gripped up past the limit. You just have less grip. And it trails off the more past the limit you go. So you still have control of the car. You typically just go slower when you go past the limit. Unless you go way past the limit, obviously, and then you crash. Whereas a lot of games... This one isn't as bad as iRacing, but it is like that, where when you go past the limit, it is extremely hard to save the car. But this is definitely a better tire model than iRacing. I think iRacing has the worst tire model in all of sim racing, personally. At least the ones that are supposed to be considered taken serious. iRacing does a lot of things the best. Tires is not one of them. I think this tire model is better than PMR's tire model. GT3 for GT3 is in every way better than PMR's tire model up to the point of the limit. And then PMR's is better after the limit. And by the limit, I mean peak grip. But you have to drive these cars a bit more carefully under the limit, which is, in my opinion, more realistic.
910.944.
But these cars have a very big inability to save them when you go past that limit, which is something that I very much don't like. Because I guarantee you, to some extent, you can drift a GT3 car in real life. Never driven one, but I've drifted a lot of different random cars that were rear-wheel drive. And every single one of them can be drifted. And I don't mean at like the professional level, because I'm not a professional drifter, obviously. But I've had enough cars and driven enough cars and kicked them out sideways often enough to know that every car that's rear-wheel drive can very easily be controlled in a drift. But in a lot of these sims, there's just no way to do it. It's impossible. The AI at this setting seems to be very slow in that last corner right there. Because I'm not taking any kind of like decent line either. And I'm only using the line on this track as like a visual aid, not so much like I care about where it is or what and stuff like that. To have it and not need it type thing than need it and not have it. Sebring, for the most part, I pretty much know. Regardless of how good I am, that's a different story, but I pretty much know Sebring. There's a lot of other tracks, though, where I 100% need the line to sort of stay in the race. I might. This is where the AI is really slow, this turn. Like, that's not even a good line. But I just chew them up right there.
Lap 107.14.
Let's see. Oh, shit. Trying to read chat. Actually, wait, I can pause, because, you know, online. Or not online. Let's see. Actually, like AMS2 AI, especially with old school F1 cars. That much I very much agree. Yes. It will drown racing numbers when it's released on console. What do you mean by that, J Bibby? On the race control website, it said you can create a server for free. Just need to have a light account. See, I will say for you. Oh my God! Look how much that red destroyed. The camera has no idea how to pick up that red right now. That's hysterical. Look at this. Look at this. It's ridiculous. Let's see. You might need the pro subscription for this race you're practicing for. When you go to the grid, check what everyone else is on and jump back to pits to fine-tune it. What time? 15 minutes left. Oh, missed that. Yeah, because I don't use any key lighting. I don't give a shit. This camera I have is really, really good camera when it comes to like low light and stuff. So it does a pretty solid job. However, there are certain colors where it just cannot pick up. It cannot establish anything. And that color, LMU, whatever shade of red / pink, whatever that is, camera has no idea how to see it.
Lap 107.31.
Mouse is moving around again. I gotta find a way to lock my mouse down for when I'm using the butt kickers. Because the haptics make it a lot more fun and enjoyable from an immersion standpoint. The mouse does not like it. I'd say this layout is a proper length for the GT3s. Like, this layout might not be fun for the hypers, and it's probably a little too long for a car like an MX-5. That's interesting. My telemetry's all jacked up on my wheel right now. What? I wonder what the cause of that is. Way behind.
That time was a 107.73.
That's so weird. It was just fine a second ago. Because I'm in 5th right now. How's slipstream in this game? Aggressive, weak? Whoa! See, like that right there. Oh, thanks, AI. I start to feel the tires going. Like, I felt that coming, but I couldn't do anything about it.
Lap 110.81.
And now my telemetry's working again. Apparently I needed a bump from the AI.
That time was a 107.19. 910, 7.49.
.067, so it looks like about a second or so faster than the fastest. Let me see what the actual numbers look like in the standings when I'm back in the pits here. Why does it give me the warning right there? It'll be like, hey, look, the pits, bro. And the pits are right here. For my brain, I feel like I should switch to kilometers per hour. But, because I see the 60 on the pit warning for pit speed, and that's 37 in miles per hour. And so I naturally, like, I still can't do that in my head. So, like, I know 37 is the number, but on the fly, it's not, my response time isn't fast enough. All right, so fastest AI lap looks like this 107.494. And 3/4 of a second or so faster than that person. Fastest lap for fastest lap. And I think that's the AI at, what was it, 90%, I think I have it set to. By the Ferrari, probably 2 seconds better than the Mustang. How much time do I have left? 6 minutes. Let me register for the race. Did we break it? A lot of BMWs. Is the BMW just popular or is it OP? Oh, a lot of Porsches too. Silver's a Porsche. Silver's a Mustang. Silver's a Corvette. I don't really see any, like, real aggressive trends here. Boy, it looks like I don't need the Pro subscription. BMW is the most noob-friendly car. I usually try and judge on the Mustang. The Mustang is like my barrier of entry with GT3, and I use the Mustang in every other sim for comparison. Although I do think the Ferrari in AC Evo is way better than the Mustang. It drives way better. So, let's see. Yeah, Foy, you've been, so far, you're 100% for being wrong about everything you've said. I was wondering just yesterday if many Americans use KPH. I use it on all sims. Yeah, I'm going to probably start switching over to it and just learning it because it really feels like a disservice to use imperial numbers. Where's that? Right here, cycle mirror. If I switch over to keyboard, yep. So toggle the HUD is 6, cycle mirror is 3, cycle track is 4. Nice. Where is where are those numbers again? KPH. Battery, I only know percentage. I will never know kilowatts. I will never know kilowatts. I know a good amount of metric numbers, but that's not necessarily all of them in terms of like for example, bar is something I should know. I should know bar quite well, and I don't. I know PSI. Yeah, we're going to leave it on KPH for now. Just because, like, my brain can be 60 versus pit speed, 60 pit speed, and I'll be fine. $48 for the year. Also, this is something I don't know that this game does. I don't get it. What is the point of a 2-minute practice? Just remove the practice session. Either do like a 5-minute practice, 10-minute quali, 20-minute race. I don't know. It seems so, because like, as soon as you spawn into the lobby, you have to get out there and make a lap for practice. I don't know. It just seems so weird. So can you not? Oh, I got you. Can you join in quali in this though? Or is this only join in practice? Ferrari is far better in LMU. After this race, I'll do some comparisons. Maybe even on this particular race, I'll do some solo runs and see what I run for laps in comparison. Because remember, this is fixed racing. My preferred, by the way, also PMR people that I constantly debate with about setups, fixed setups versus open setups. This is considered a chart-topping sim. Fixed racing. Fixed. Is that your VR view during practice? Got it. I mean, like I said, of all the driving I just did, I thought that was really good. I'd give it a probably a solid 7 out of 10. I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? My alarm for the race. It's just the going past the limit part that hurts it. Like when I spun out right there, I could feel I was like the force feedback was telling me, the physics and everything with the tire model was telling me you're losing the rear end through the rear tires. I could feel that, but I couldn't do anything about it to save it. That's where I would probably give it, that driving experience for GT3 would probably be a 9 out of 10 if I was able to save that. But because I couldn't save it at all and you just go for the ride, that hurts it. That's where so many sims, that's where the one place where I was saying comparing tire model, this versus PMR, that's the one place, at least on GT3s, that the tire model is way better in PMR. The ability to be able to save it in a slide. Because iRacing is the worst, like I said, but when the tires just shut off after going past the limit, I do not like that. That is not a realistic tire physic. But everything else felt really, really good. Like, really good. I very much liked it. I am aware, Truggy, of it. I haven't tried it yet. I saw Gamer Muscle talked about it. That was, I think, where it made the biggest waves. So, honestly, though, I like the force. The only place I think the force feedback lacks in default form is in telling you about understeer. Well, the limits, Truggy, is the tire model, not the force feedback. The force feedback told me I was losing the rear end. Unless it tells you somehow way in advance. And there's the narrow window to save it. But the reality was when I started feeling that, I was coming out of the throttle and it's just going for the ride. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's the part, that is the tire model. You should be able to, like, in that particular instance where I feel the rear start to come out, when I come out of the throttle, it should snap the tires back the other direction. That's what a real tire is going to do. Now, obviously, if you go way, way past it, no, you're going for the ride. But, like, in a situation where you first start to feel those tires come out, in real life, when you were to come off that throttle, the tires will re-grip up and snap you back. That's why you see a lot of guys in Mustangs, primarily in videos, crash. When they go out, they kick out sideways, and either the tires re-grip up, or they come out of the throttle too hard, and either way, the tires grip back up again, and it snaps them back and puts them in the other direction. And they crash. In this, you let out of the throttle, and you just continue to go for the ride. You can alter how the tires... Well, if I can alter how the tires react, that's a... I'll have to give that a shot then. I'll have to give that a shot then. It sounds like it's more than a force feedback app then, if you can alter the way the tires react. That's interesting, though. AC Rally 0.4 update is much easier to recover past the limit now, too, which is good, because that's a big problem I had with AC Rally. This is just... it's the only way to not crash is to just drive way under the limit. Because it doesn't tell you where the limit is. You don't know. It's just muscle memory. And like, having to play a video game where muscle memory is how you drive, to me, that's not a good sim. That's just Gran Turismo 7. Because that's all Gran Turismo 7 is. It's great, like, racing. Like, the game is a lot of fun. But when it comes to, like, force feedback, the physics, tire model, all that stuff, it's just muscle memory. You just learn what you can and can't do, which is just any video game at that point. Mustang Bros getting humbled at car show, some of my favorite videos. It really is. It's hysterical. I don't understand why it's so particular to Mustangs, too. I've had Mustangs. I've had Chevys. None of them is either harder or easier than the other. Like, going sideways in a car is one of the easiest things to control. I don't know why it's so common that Mustang guys crash. Anyway, I'm gonna use the bathroom quick before this kicks off. Mustang owners give a good car back. I will say that. I very much agree with that. As someone who has owned a Boss 302, as someone who has owned Pontiac GTO, I've had my history of, although the Pontiac GTO I owned was technically an Australian car. But, which is why I can't wait for there to be a Holden in the, in PMR. I'm very much looking forward to a Holden in PMR. But, this song sucks. Hold on. The GTO was effortless to drift. The Mustang was super easy to drift. And by drift, I don't mean like Reese Millen and, you know, all the actual... I don't mean like sustaining a drift around a racetrack like a professional. I don't mean drift like that. But I mean like you clutch kick it and you kick the ass out and you modulate throttle and you drive it nice and smooth wherever you want to go. It's so easy to do. And Mustang owners make it look like it's like... I don't know. Trigonometry? I don't even know. I don't get it. Why they struggle so hard with that. You're in a different split? Yeah, that's the one problem. I mean, Foy, you also are better than me, so you're probably in a faster split anyway. But, are you bronze 3? Because that's what I am. But, like, look how many splits there are. 14 of 20. PMR, you get one split because nobody's playing it. That's the... Again, I need to figure out how to be able to make host lobbies. It is what it is. If this is a game that people are going to play and I host a lobby, because my biggest thing that gets me into sim racing is the ability to host a lobby. I don't care about being the best driver. I don't. However, I do want to host my own leagues, things like that. You know? And a big part of hosting my own leagues is I don't want to play in my own leagues. I want to watch. Hey, look, it says 60 now on my dash. Try hosting in this? Well, you know what? Since we got some, Truggy, I assume you play this game often. Charlie, I assume you play this game often. Maybe you guys can help me Oh, I didn't set my, fuel. That's fine. Actually, you know what? I forgot not qualifying hurts you. This is a race that I'm interested in. Like, to me, this is a race worth doing in LMU. Nighttime race. Not a common circuit. Fixed. So you don't got to worry about someone who's way more experienced with setups kicking your ass through primarily a setup. You're only going to lose to a better driver. Tell Saggy's going for a lap time. Same with Hayes. 10% fuel. I'm just going to do one qualifying lap. I run what I run. I don't care. I'm in bronze, so I have to treat bronze like it's a bad driver. Just race from the back. Let everybody crash in front of you. You'll finish where you finish.
Lap 1:08.07.
My goal is silver, Truggy. That's my ultimate goal because I want to get into the hypercars. I don't really care too much about like grinding the GT3 stuff because in any sim I don't really care much about GT3s. But I want to get into the hypers. And I want to grind those. So whatever gets me to silver the fastest, whatever tactic that is, that's what I prefer to do. Alright, 107.05, I mean, that's good enough. I think 106.4 is like my best in this car so far, so. Do I actually have to go to the pit? Oh, I can do it this way. Alright, so... car setup. I want fresh tires. Do this with a glove on. How much fuel should I run? $19 laps. Where is the easiest way to see? Like, how does it tell me how many? Oh, right in front of my fucking face. 19 laps. Got it. So we'll play it safe. We'll do 20 laps. Yeah, I did quali though, Charlie. I did one quali lap. I put myself in there. I'm about a half second off my best pace, so I'm not too worried about it. Go to the garage and look under the dial. Jesus, man. 104? You animal! I would be probably 5th or 6th if I tried my hardest right now in the Mustang. What the hell is this 104 shit? God, people are fast, man. I am so slow. What do you mean by the dial? Look under the dial. What is the... No, I don't want to do that. When I start driving, it shows the fuel. I can't drive at the moment. We got new tires on it. We got 50% fuel.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Okay, don't tell me what to do. All right. Good luck to me. Oh, I meant to start from the pits. I forgot already. This is the part that usually makes me quit. Why is this man Y guy? This other guy, he got Joffrey guy, he's got the same idea. Please don't hit me. I want to play in silver rating as quickly as F... Whatever that's supposed to mean. Good luck, have fun. I'd love to have fun. Just don't hit me.
Formation
I'll do my best not to hit you. Go like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Are tires pre-warmed for this race?
Green flag, green flag.
I'm braking super early because I don't trust people. Like that. God, this is why it's so hard for me to play this game, man. Like... My car's gonna be fucked. Turn 1. Turn 1, dead. Hope my wing is salvageable right now. I'm telling you, man, like, it's why I struggle with LMU. I don't want to be stuck racing with people like this. But that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Is race with people like this. That's why I want to at least be able to host my own races, so I don't have to deal with this shit. I don't care about... I want access to hypers and shit like that, but like overall the ranking thing means nothing to me. I just want access to the content that I paid for, you know?
Lap 133.63.
That guy had every intention of just pulling out and hitting. Didn't care where anybody was. Does silver, the quality of racing, get better? Because in all of my LMU, the quality of racing, mind you, I'm obviously in bronze, has been consistently bad.
That time was a 1-0.
Also, I want to turn chat off. It's distracting. Is that on a default binding, or is that something I got to go into the menu for? Dude, these guys are just like... Bro, why would you just hit... I don't get it. I don't understand why you just hit the brakes right there. Like, yes, I hit you. That's my bad. But at the same time, you pulled out of the turn going into the straight and then hit the brakes. I don't understand. Higher splits are better. Man. Yeah, like, I want to turn the chat off because, like, all it does is look at it. This is painful to watch. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I am not good at this game, but I at least have an understanding of racing. Like, my pace is slow, but can we not drive like complete morons? If you're if I'm way off your pace and you're behind me, I'll let you go by. Unless it's like the last couple laps and it's a battle for like first or second, you know. It is what it is.
Time 106.85.
Yeah, but Trev, you can't just dive back into a race. Because that's how you hit people. You have to pay attention to that stuff. I understand that I could probably do it quicker, but at the same time, like, I've already spun out. In my eyes, I've already, like, potentially lost this race. So why ruin someone else's experience? Like, I had a guy the other day that had a 15-second penalty. He was behind me. And PMR. It was a ranked race. He had a 15-second... See, I could have just driven through him like there. That would have been the normal way thing to do. Just drive. He went off my pace. Let me just drive right through him and hit him. Anyway, he had a 15-second penalty. And he was behind me. He crashes me and ruins my race. And then loses to me with the 15-second penalty anyway. All I did was lose 3 or 4 positions from the race. And he gained nothing from it because of his 15-second penalty. Like, that's just not using your fucking head.
Lap 109.00.
I went deep right there to give that guy more braking room because he looked like he got back on the throttle after he let me by. Wasn't you who said what?
Time 107.08.
Oh, yeah. No, it was Trev. Trev said that, Truggy. That's who I was responding to when I was talking about the getting on track quicker part. This guy in chat typing to move over because someone's got the blue flag. Bro, focus on racing. You shouldn't be typing, texting and driving, my friend.
Time 106.66.
I don't, Jack. People that fascinate you. I don't even know how you can do it. Like, that's just talent. I look at the chat and I crash, let alone texting. Pressure got to him. This is a good race, though. Like, the actual, like, the setup, the layout, everything. This is fun. Nice little variety. I'm a big variety fan.
7.84.
Excuse me.
Time 107.10.
Car feels good. Feels really good. If this game would master the art of giving people choice, it'd be a hard game to compete with. I mean, it's already a hard game to compete with.
That time was a 106.2.
But I mean, it would be like a much more of a juggernaut, in my opinion. That was sloppy. That whole section was sloppy right there. Yeah, I'm back to where I started. All that driving to get right back to where I started. And now the next guy's 9 seconds in front of me, so let's face it, unless someone makes a catastrophic failure in front of me and I don't crash or do anything stupid, this is where I'm going to stay. I meant to be in second. I knew something felt wrong right there.
That time was a 10.
Worst part is the guy in front of me is like way off my actual pace too. This is what I always find that happens with LMU. You eventually get to like this little middle road here where there's nobody immediately near you, behind you or in front of you. There's not really any battling in this game.
Lap 106.37. Lap 106.46.
That was a bummer. Really wish I didn't hit him right there. Thought I had him cleared on the inside, but I don't know what he's doing. He's just, I lapped him. That was the only, so I've hit that Mustang twice in this race. Oh, man. I don't know what he's doing, bro. Get off the track. You're just doing solo laps at like half speed. I'm actually catching this other guy pretty good, but I don't think I'm going to have any, I don't have enough on him to actually run him down in this race.
Lap 106.57.
Nah, I'm not going to be able to do anything with it. Shit. I'm not catching him fast enough to be able to get another position. Oh well. Overall, good first race, though. Outside of the, turn 1 debacle, which is the most predictable thing in sim racing.
Lap 106.60.
Just don't hit me.
Lap 106.
Oh, 1 lap to go. All right. Maybe not. That was almost bad. That dude almost re-entered back into me. So we lapped 2 dudes. Interesting. Whenever I think I'm like really bad at a game like this, I lap people. And then I think, okay. I'm not doing too bad, I guess. Good race. Shitty start, but good race. Yeah, so we started in... We finished in 6th. Nice. So we started in 8th. Fell back to like what? 5th, 14th? Something like that? We fell back pretty far. And then drove our way back to 6th. I mean, these guys here, these guys are aliens. These guys doing 104s. I mean, I had a pretty... Yeah, 106.2. What are these guys in? All right, so they're in a variety of cars, so I wouldn't really blame the car there. They obviously have a better line. But, like, these are times that, like, I can see foreseeable for me. These 104s, I don't see that. That's alien shit. And that guy's here. That guy's in a... That guy's actually, oh. He's a rookie in a Mustang. Interesting. That was a fun race. Yeah, that was good. That was a good time. I wish all of the races in LMU were like that. Yeah, right? Race, you lost 3 drivers with a lower... Yep. Act. So just give you like a summary, like did I move forward? Because obviously there's negative, or there's zeros, there's greens and reds, but it is what it is. That race starts in 5 minutes. So should we just keep doing the races, or should we practice more? What do we think? You guys decide. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Get that silver, do it again. One more race, get out of bronze. All right. We're on borrowed time. We're having a good time playing LMU. So we're on borrowed time. That can't last forever. Look at this. 370 registrations, 22 splits. Fuck, man. I love my PMR, man, but they need players. Stick to the Mustang. What we know so far. Oh. Overall, though, it feels good. Like, the sim in general feels good. The drivers still are... The worst part about LMU, unfortunately, is that it's popular. And when you have popularity, you just have every Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to get in the game and race it. And they don't know how to do basic racing. You know, everybody just thinks that the only... This is where it's hard to talk about the whole realism thing with sim racing, because until you are able to simulate fear and adrenaline and dopamine, you'll never be able to properly simulate realism, no matter how perfect the sim is, because the fear, the dopamine, the adrenaline, all of that stuff is what dictates how you drive. And in Sims, how do you find the limit? You just go find it, and you crash, and then you reset, and you do it again. In real life, you don't do that, because you die. In real life, there's consequences for driving through somebody who's slower than you, that's in front of you. That being said, though, that was a fun race. I knew this as soon as I saw last night, by the way. I made the decision last night that this is what I was going to do today. As soon as I saw that this was the race, I was like, oh, I'm going to like that race. That's going to be a fun race. And it is. It's crazy, man. Break up the variety. This game has a lot of tracks. And I feel like it's, every time I sign in, it's like a standard Sebring race, which is my, like, preferred, if I had to pick from their standard stuff. Monza or Spa. And I'm just, I don't like Fuji. Like the other race, I do not like Fuji. I don't mind F1 tracks when I'm in an F1 car, because it's almost like they're designed to handle the lateral grip of an F1 car. So when you're in a GT3 car, you're just like quarter throttle through this turn, just holding speed, and it's just so boring. And it's, I don't want to drive. I don't want to race like that. You know? That's just a me thing. I get it. I get it. But that's who I am as a person, and I have to understand that. All right, join event. Let's go. Try having the TC settings and put ABS on 6 balance, see if it feels better. I'll change ABS around. I don't want to try having the TC yet. I want to try that shit in practice, because I'm a heavy-footed dude, and I can learn over time, but I don't want to learn in ranked, because I'm trying to get to silver as fast as... Because if I cut the TC in half, and I get in the throttle too hard out of turn 1, or technically turn 2, and I lose the rear end of the car and spin out, I'm gonna be pissed. You know? That actually... Oh, I'm sure it is, Truggy. I'm sure it's 100% slowing me down. I don't doubt that. In real life, in any of my bikes or cars I've ever had with, you turn TC off. You 100% put it up to the driver. Unless, of course, you're on, like, a real ECU. Real ECU is far better than any driver could be. Yeah. I'll mess around with more of that stuff in practice, just because I know me. And right now, this is the safe option. I'm not trying to win the race. I'm trying to just progress myself. Learn the sim. Because I know what'll happen. If I try and race to be the fastest guy on the track, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to crash. I'm going to get crashed. I'm going to get pissed off. And I'm going to stop playing the sim. I have to look at this sim like I know nothing about anything ever. And all I know is, well, let me just try this. Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah. I have to be like that. Trust me, I'll rage quit. I don't want to rage quit. It's unappealing, especially from a streaming standpoint. But Eagles, yeah, 160 gigabytes actually excites me, because that tells me there's a lot of game there. All right, so TC is at 9. Or sorry, it's at 8. Let's go. We'll try 4. Take your advice. We'll go ABS 6. And see how that feels in quality. Nope. $160 gigs is a lot, Eagles, though. What does anybody know what the Gran Turismo 7 download size is? Like the whole game? This is the turn I'm most worried about with TC. Yeah, that was another spot I was worried about. Being able to snap back in the throttle right there.
7.20. Lap 106.63.
Realistically, I should have pulled fuel out for this, but it is what it is. $141 gigs. I mean, GT7's a massive game from a race standpoint, so the only thing that would make me wonder about Horizon is the open world aspect. It's supposed to be the biggest map, track, whatever you want to call it, they've ever had, so
Lap 106.
that's my fastest lap right there, so with low fuel, or lower fuel, I mean, I could easily see this being in the 105s now. 132 gigs. That's good. If it's one, like I'm saying, 160 is a lot for a game with cars. It makes you wonder where the hell Call of Duty gets all of its size from. Yeah, I can. Trev.
105.
Hey, look at that. There's the 105. See? I have that bound already. I'm not too worried about that, Jack. It's not that much of a priority to me. In fact, I really don't like unless someone I'm like lapping them. That's a different story. But like I'm more of a person. I want to race. I want to earn the position. Like I don't want people that are actually in a higher or a lower position than me, or let's say I'm in 6th, someone's in 5th place. Even if I have pace on them, I want them to race me, you know? Now, if I'm lapping somebody, that's a different story. But me personally, I'm all about racing. That's just me, though. Fuel.
Formation lap has started.
Wow, it gave me no time, huh? Gave me no time. Wait at pit exit. Unbelievable. You gotta be fast, man, huh? This is the part of the game that's like can be a little frustrating. Where it feels like there needs to be a bit more communication. Like a timer. I mean, is there a timer and I just don't know where it is? Telling you have this much time to get in the car before you start from the pits? Well, Craig, I would not be like, that's the thing, if you're a console player, I wouldn't be like putting your eggs in this basket. Truly. I would be playing what you got and...
Green flag, green flag.
Just my opinion. I don't know. We'll see. People are... At the end of the day, the reality is... Yeah, it's too late, though, Truggy. I'm already in here. The reality is that, Craig, if you truly want to, like, be into the die-hard sim stuff, you need a PC. That's just the reality of it. Yeah, but you have to understand, PMR is unfinished. You have to give it time. You know, I know it can be frustrating. I get it. I myself am frustrated with it. But PMR will be a good game. You just got to give it time. Like I said, this was a terrible game at launch. Terrible game at launch. And now it's like, from a popularity standpoint, second to... I mean, I think it's better than iRacing. At least the racing that is here is better than iRacing. But, from a popularity standpoint, it's number 2 to iRacing in all of sim racing, so... I'm really annoyed about that start. I really wanted to start in the race, not in the pit. But hey, whatever. Learning curve. That's the biggest part. That's what I got to push through with this game, is the massive learning curve. Not the actual racing, like this part, but the overall, you know, setup of just understanding everything about this game, the ins and outs of it. Like, I still don't know what I necessarily did wrong right there. Qualifying just ended. And I didn't, like, see a timer. Maybe there is a timer and I just didn't see it, but I didn't see a timer about how much time I had to get in the car. So I was just trying to adjust my fuel, and then I had to start from the pits. Letting them through, I get that, but they're not catching me. For me to let them go by, I would have to just slow weight down and, like, eject myself from the race borderline. Now, if they were near me and they got pace, yeah, come by me. Go by me. But I'm getting blue flag from people who are like those guys.
Time 106.01.
You gotta catch me to make me move over.
That time was a 105.71.
I just did what the game said to do. That's what I'm talking about with this game's lack of communication. The game said, go. So I went. Oh, didn't mean to go in neutral right there. All right, let him by.
That time was a 109.02.
Where was that communication from the car? This is what I hate. This is like, you're out of the race. This is the shit that kills me. Can't even fucking turn the car around. This is where I like feel like a complete fish out of water. I have no fucking clue what's going on right now. And I have no idea why the rear end came out right there. 0.
Time 140.38.
Like, I just want to race. You overcomplicated trying to duplicate, like... Yeah, sure, come on. Realistic game! That's how real people drive. They just smash into you.
Time 110.19. Lap 106.65.
Yeah, like, one thing about LMU is it leans, in my opinion, I mean, I guess if you're chasing that, like, one-for-one style, this is a racing game where we want you to be real race car drivers. But, like, I'm the type of person where, like, this is always gonna be a video game to me, no matter what, no matter who says anything. Same with iRacing. It's always gonna be a video game. Like, I want real good racing. I want the racing aspect of things to feel realistic. But all the bullshit around the racing to chill the fuck out and give me a more casual experience. Has anybody ever been to a track day? Everything about the track day sucks. It sucks horribly, except getting on the track and racing. I don't want a video game to make me feel like I'm suffering at an actual track just to play my video game. But I get it. I get why people want it. They want to pretend that this is the real thing. But I don't know. I just want to do some racing. That's all I want to do. And the racing in this is good. It's all the bullshit, though, that can kind of drive me nuts. I think my plan moving forward for now is just do one qualifying lap. That way I can get into the pit comfortably, set up the car, be ready for the race.
Lap 10.
1 hour safety meeting. Same with, dude, even just going on racing go-karts. F1, R1, whatever your token serious karting establishment is. the entire process is just a pain in the ass. Like, get me in the go-kart and let me do some goddamn racing. Like, even the single-player experience on this is kind of a pain in the ass to get into a race. Like, just let me in the race. The game feels like it has almost no memory of, like, last used settings, which is also kind of, not the settings, but the, like, race configurations and shit. Like, in my opinion, LMU in the future, like, where I would like to see this game expand, is to also offer a more casual race experience with the same on-track racing experience. So, like, get me in the race, me and my friends, we can skip practice, we can skip qualifying, we can do whatever the hell we want to do, and just get us in there to do some racing. That would be something that I would really like to see out of a game like LMU in the future. I don't know if they're ever going to do it, because they're leaning very hard into this whole, we want this to be like a real experience. And unfortunately, not a lot of, or a lot of the real experience isn't good. I'll be interested to see what the server setups are like in this game. Like how much control I have over everything.
Lap 106.74.
I figured, I didn't even realize that my TC and ABS settings didn't carry over from qualifying. Kinda wish I knew that. That guy came out of the pits and hit the wall in the first turn out of the pits.
That time was a 107.03.
I want to go up TC6. Could be the fact that I didn't change my tires, but the rear of the car feels real unstable under coast right now. Not even on throttle. Which I know TC really only affects throttle, but... Yeah, Captain. I agree. It's like basic things that... I mean, PMR's got plenty of that stuff going on right now, but still. I can't get over how much the horizon lock changed. Made the visual experience better for me. Like, I really didn't like it before.
106.56.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it, I felt it. Come on, come on, come on, get back in there, get back in there, get back in there. I knew I downshifted in a second too late there, and right as I clicked it, I knew I was going to lose the rear end. If you're going to go in a second right there, you got to be in second before that turn.
Time 115.99.
I set Horizon Lock to low. And it looks really good. Horizon moves a little bit, but not a lot. The car does most of the movement, which is how it should be. The further away something is, the less it moves. From your head movement, I mean. The closer it is, the more it moves. And for some reason, this game is the opposite. The car itself doesn't move at all. And the horizon bounces like crazy. And it looks stupid. What's going on, Igor? I'll read your comment in a second, Eagles.
Lap 107.20.
Eagles, that sucks. That definitely sucks. The only way to have a good track day is to rent a track, which requires an exuberant amount of money. I gotta piss. Lost 4 positions. Yay! We weren't kidding about, though, starting from pits. Holy. A lot of green. So is that really the way to do it? From a ranking standpoint, like increasing your rank? Qualify as fast as you possibly can and then just start from the pits and race back? Is that really the way to do it? It seems jank. Although I don't know if my rating has gone up at all. My safety rating's going up. I guess it did move. It's gonna require a lot, though, huh? Gonna require a lot. All right. Back to online. When's the next one? What is that? Truggy, is that going to get me to silver? I know that's going to bump up my safety rating, but is that going to actually improve my overall rating? My driver rating to get into silver? Oh, wait, never mind. That's safety. Never mind. Never mind. I'm looking at this the whole opposite way. Never mind. So, what? I'm so confused. Let me go look at this again. So to get to silver, profile. So safety rank has to go silver, right? And this has to go 1, 2, 3, and then goes back to 1 and it's silver. Am I understanding that correctly? So it goes bronze 1, bronze 2, bronze 3, then silver 1. And this is the one that counts to get me into the hypers. Getting into silvers is safety. Got it. Well, if I had known that, yeah, I'll always race from the pits. I mean, that makes sense. You shouldn't skill gap people out of content. So that makes sense. I don't necessarily disagree with that. That's actually... No, I know the SR is safety rating. I know that. But I thought it was driver rank that needed to be silver. But then, looking at, obviously, silver, it says SR, so... Well, that's good. That's a little more exciting. And I know I don't have to be good at the game to get into the content that I paid for. That's... Realistically, that's probably how it should be. $409 registers. That's insane. Should we mix it up? Should we go Ferrari? Should we bring out the Michael Schumacher Ferrari? Liveries suck. Alright, let's try out the Ferrari. See how that feels. No, we don't have enough time anyway. This is a fun race, though. I like it. It's a very fun race. I wish more races like this came around more often. Nighttime, short track, fixed, sprint. Just feels good. It's all the right combinations to intrigue me. I'm not much of an endurance racer. Especially when, like, I'm looking at chat, I'm streaming, I'm doing other things, you know, on my phone. Yeah, that makes sense, Renovadio. That makes sense. I mean, here's the thing. The reality of the situation is your safety, how safe you are on track, should determine what you have access to from a content standpoint. But, like, if I don't have a good pace, I'm not fast, that's ultimately what's going to get you the win. And you shouldn't have to have a good driver rating to be able to access the content that you've paid for. So I agree with that setup. Thoughts on LMU fun factor? PMR is more fun, but here's the thing. The driving in LMU, at least in GT3 and in Hypers, they're the two worst cars in PMR right now. Worst classes of cars, in my opinion. So in my opinion, LMU drives better both GT3 and Hypercar. So it's that aspect is fun, the driving aspect. LMU is very limited in what you can do, especially from a casual experience. And the casual experience is beneficial to a lot of people. Let me join this before I lose my... And by that I mean, hey, I've only got a half hour or an hour to play with my friends right now. I got a buddy of mine who wants to jump in Discord and race. You know? You jump into a casual custom lobby and you can race your buddy or whatever and get and couple times actually and get in and out of the game. This, I mean, Fway's been playing it alongside me and we haven't been in a race yet because there's so many people entering the split. That aspect of it is where, you know, I get why the splits happen. I don't disagree with them, but I want to play with a friend of mine. How do I do that? Well, you either have to pay to host a lobby or a server, I mean, or get lucky in the split. That's it. So LMU is definitely the more finished experience compared to PMR. PMR is unfinished. However, the general driving experience and the overall casual usage allowed by PMR, I do think, is better than LMU. But this definitely feels like a much more finished experience. But it's been out a lot longer, so it should. That being said, the most painful part about this is are the players. I'm hoping that's why I really want to get into silver, so I can at least. I'm hoping, you know, it feels better in silver. If you pay for a server, does I don't think so. I don't know though. Bigger car count multi-class equals less splits. Both join in hosted lobby. I guess it makes up with the full lobbies. 400 plus registered. Wow. I've just been on PMR GT4 ranked with 49 registered. Yeah, it sucks, man. Like, I really want PMR to do well. I really like the devs. The game... There's so much bullshit that's come out with, like, the... Not come out, but, I forgot to change my fuel again. What an idiot. Back to the return to pit and still qualify. Can I do that? Let's find out. Let's find out the hard way. Yes, I can. Perfect. All right, car setup. Let's do this quick. I just wanted to have enough fuel for a couple laps. Never driven this car before in this game, by the way. Not a single time. This is my first. But yeah, I really hope PMR has a bounce back. I think it deserves one. They do have things they need to finish. This is the one of the short tracks of Sebring. School circuit, that's what I was looking for. I wanted to say schoolyard or some shit like that. I think I like the Mustang better. Give it a few laps, though, before I make that kind of judgment. I really like this car in AC Evo. I think that's the best this car has ever been, is what they have in AC Evo.
Lap 106.57.
Agreed, Renovadio, agreed.
Lap 105.66.
Oh, shit. I hit my... Alright, I'm all jacked up in my head right now. Good enough, though. Alright. Car setup. Fresh tires. 20 laps. But even the Mustang sounds awesome. Awesome. And I really gotta piss again. Think I have time to... Let's do it. We're gonna screw this up, but let's do it. All right. I will say the curbs in this game, combined with haptics, whoo boy, it feels good. It feels good. That's one thing from a force feedback standpoint that is definitely better in this over PMR, is the curbs. I'm a sucker for you know, a buzzy curb. That makes sense? V96 and LMU benefiting brake bias to lessen rear slide. It too easily breaks loose. So what do you recommend setting it to?
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
What do you like it at? I'm going to go with whatever you say, Renovadio, because I don't have any time on this car. I really like the way the Mustang drives, like all stock. 46, 54, 46. There you go. All right, we're going to start from the pits. It's lame, but what we got to do. Now it says enough fuel for... I must have learned based off of the driving, so let's save 20 laps. Oh, I could have done it right here. What a dope.
Formation lap has started.
Here we go. Basically, yeah, Jack.
Green flag, green flag.
I don't know. I mean, I almost agreed, Dr. Spider-Pig. I don't know how I feel about the iRacing physics. Well, unless you separate tires from physics. I hate the tires in iRacing. Yeah, I have brake balance on my wheel. This is the part I don't understand. People behind me are pushing the pace, but I'm also blue flagged. I guess that's it. I don't know. I don't really know how well that works. Or like... Because the guys behind me are also pushing the pace that are coming out of the pit. And so they're kind of forcing me to go. Going on too bad. Yeah, some of the things in iRacing are absolutely hands down, one of a kind, the best. But then there are other things that are like, just not it. Realistically, there's no sim that does everything the best. I have to make my own sim, combining what everybody else has done to make sort of my own compilation. from a well-rounded standpoint with all of the things to do, I still say Race Room is the best sim. I do think I like the Mustang better in this. What do I know? How do I know who's the blue flag? When I got a crowd behind me of people who, like, see, I'm getting blue flagged right now. Which guy? Because I don't want to just let everybody go by me to just for one guy that's a blue flag. I want to make sure I let the right guy go by me. Or are these all blue flag people? Are they all... Am I passing a whole bunch of people that are a lap above me? Or in front of me? This starting from the pit thing is a little confusing. I'm not going to lie. I guess it doesn't matter since I'm only chasing safety rating anyway. But still, I'd like to at least understand it. Oh, so it's basically anybody who's red. Anybody who's red on the relative is a lap above me. Or I keep saying above. Whatever the proper term to use is. God, these guys are fucking slow. Holy shit. Navigate a turn, buddy. That's what I'm talking about, only giving up the blue flag if the person actually is faster than me and has pace. Like that dude, that was someone that the game wants me to blue flag. That BMW, not this guy. This V Irwin guy's probably got pace on me, so him I'll let pass. I just have to remind myself that I'm not really racing people right now. It sucks because that's like all I want to do is race. But I have a mission here, and that's to get to silver. Yeah, the problem is with that truggy is that the people behind me in the pit are also pushing the pace. So I have to be worried that they're going to hit me because they're impatient. And it sucks because a lot of these guys I'm faster than, so I keep like dancing with blue flags. That's the part that makes it confusing. Like, I have more pace than a lot of these blue flaggers because they're randoms from the back of the pack. All right, take your blue flag. Take your blue flag.
Lap 1:08.94.
It sucks when you can like outrun a lot of the guys that you have to give blue flags to, but because you're a lap behind. I just want to race. I gotta remember, all that matters is silver. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm going for, Renovadio. I want those LMPs, man. Because like I've said many, many times, no matter what sim I play, I do not like GT3s. I've never liked these cars. I mean, it's nothing personal, but they're just hopped up street cars to me, and that's the world I come from. I want to race shit in video games. Oh boy, we got a big accident here. How do you guys crash in the straights? That's what I want to know. Yeah. I will say, crash physics in this game blow away PMRs. Blow away PMR. But then again, PMR doesn't have crash physics, so it doesn't take much. The low bar. I just really hope PMR has long-term funding. I don't think Giants would throw in the towel. And Giants does have a fair amount of money. So, in my opinion, it's more than possible to get long-term funding for PMR. And then I think if they get long-term funding, which means long-term development, that will be a very, very, very good contender. Especially with the crossplay dynamic. Because how many of you guys watching right now are console players that can't play this? And then when you do get this, eventually, you're still not going to be able to play with PC players. You're only going to be able to play with PS5 and Xbox people, like ACC. I do think that's also a big part of what held back the development of PMR to this point, was diving into full crossplay right off the rip. I don't think a single racing game has ever done that, ever. Forza's never done it, full crossplay. That really is something very unique to Rennsport and PMR. Full-blown crossplay, right off the rip. But there are arguably some pretty rough launches, so I think that's a big factor in it. I think if PMR launched on PC first in a much more complete state, things could have been better.
That time was a 106.2.
F1, you're right, Truggy. Yep, F1. I always forget about F1. I do miss playing F1. F1 is a fun game. Arcadey game, but I don't give a shit. It's still fun. Like, everybody always likes to, like, put down the arcade games. Like, oh, it's an arcade game. So what? You can't have fun in an arcade game? I grew up in arcades. There's a shit ton of fun to have with an arcade. But F1 is a game I definitely miss. I just prefer this type of stuff from a simulation standpoint. That's very true, Truggy. I actually don't know how to play that game without any TC. My favorite setting is the medium TC, where it you can still easily spin the car out, but you really can't hear the TC. But full TC off is like, what am I racing on for tires? I'm gonna let this Porsche go by because I don't trust him. I do not trust him. He's scaring me on radar. Get my virtual back up for now. I'm not a virtual mirror fan, but I'm trying to play safe right now, so. And the dash mirror, or sorry, camera on this car is pretty bad compared to the Mustang. The little baby Motec screen ain't doing much for me. Oh, well, speaking of that, Wreckfest tonight, boys. For the evening stream, we'll be doing Wreckfest 2. I'm one of those people that believes Wreckfest 2. People could learn a lot from that game. All these guys developing these hardcore games, iRacing, LMU. They took a page out of the Wreckfest 2 book. You'd have a better sim. Driving physics in that game are absolutely incredible. And the great thing about it is that they take the piss out of themselves. They make fun of themselves by making it like a satire-themed game. But when you get in it and you drive it, you're like, what the fuck? This is genuinely legit. But yeah, tonight's stream will be Wreckfest 2. I want to get on Wreckfest 2 at least once a week. I can't wait for Wreckfest 2 to be console release, full crossplay. I saw that tire. That guy just ate it up. His splitter's likely all jacked up now. Wow, look at that. How do I turn on next race? How do I turn off chat? I don't want to read a bunch of children bickering back and forth on text. Bunch of losers. And next week, hopefully, we'll get a PMR update, and that's when I'll jump on evening streams for PMR. I'm obviously going to check everything out in it, but assuming ranked is still kind of the same as it is right now in PMR, this will probably be my daytime stream chase, unless it gives me a really shitty race that I'm forced to do. Like, if all I get is Fuji, or Monza, or Spa, I'll probably take that week off. Like, this is a fun race. Spa, I don't think is very fun. Fuck you, what the fuck? Fuck you, retarded. Retard, bro. Fuck you, bot. Dude, chat is hysterical. Oh. I haven't really gone faster in this car. So, I wouldn't say this car is just faster than the Mustang. I think it's a good driver. Whatever you like driving is going to be your fastest. I mean, I'm also somewhat slowed down by this Porsche. But I don't want him behind me because I don't trust him. He seems like he's a little on the competitive side, and I'm not trying to be competitive right now. That's why I'm braking early, making sure he stays in front. I can brake a lot deeper and probably overtake, but again, I don't want this guy behind me. I don't know why, I just don't trust him. He might be fine, he might never hit me, but I'd rather not take the chance. definitely got some straight line speed on him. I know that. Is the Porsche slower in this straight line? Because like every straightaway I can pull away from this guy. And you could say it's slip, but even when I'm out of the slip, like I got momentum on him. I like his livery, though. OG Apple Macintosh. I like that.
Time 106.95.
One lap to go.
Lap 106.66.
Take it. That guy's knees buckled so hard. This guy flashed his lights one time, and he went, okay, I'll pull over. Man. Knees shaking. This is the last lap. I almost drove right into the back of this dude. All right, I gotta turn off this chat. How do I turn off chat? That shit's super annoying. It's funny, but super annoying. Any big updates due on PMR? Every update's a big update, but I want to say next week we'll probably get something. I don't know. But next week we'll probably get something. I don't know what we're going to get. No idea. I think their plan soon, hopefully, is to get... else already. Okay, go to... Okay, race results. That I wanted to see right here. 1 invalid lap, eh? 18 clean laps, boys. 18 clean laps. Gonna be a minute, though. Clearly. Whoop! Look at that. Look at that. All right.
16 to go. 16 laps to go.
Scorpion, what do you find boring? This or PMR?
Minus 9.4 now. Minus 9.4.
Setting and options to disable chat. Let's do that. It's super annoying.
Hold on. We're looking at it.
Chat. Bye. Driver labels. I'm feeling pretty lazy with this one, I'm not going to lie. Hit speed limiter. I kind of just don't feel like figuring that out. Does it... Here, let me ask you this. When I pull into the pit in this game, and I have this turned on, will it automatically re-enable the pit limiter, or will it only just turn it off? Like, how does that work? Because I basically want this on to never have to use it. But if I still have to use it sometimes, then I don't... I'm just going to leave it off. You know what I'm saying? No idea, Andre. I ignore the Discord. Discord's full with a bunch of crazy people. Only exiting. So it shuts off automatically. Worth leaving on. Alright, I guess I'll see what it does, how it works. Yeah, I mean, LMU, like, this race is fun. I'm enjoying this race. It hasn't gotten repetitive yet. Mind you, this is going to be my 4th race. It hasn't gotten repetitive yet. But there needs to be some customizability with this game for me to really, like, enjoy it. Because it just so happens that, yes, I am enjoying this particular race. But... Ooh. But is it fun for the sake of it? I mean, if we're really going to talk my favorite track, this game doesn't... Yeah, I do agree. The AMG is nice. This game doesn't have my favorite track. My favorite track's Nords. Always will be. Nothing is better than Nords, and nobody convinced me otherwise. This is one of those conversations where if you disagree with me, we're better off just not having the conversation. Because nothing is better than Nords to me. And this game doesn't have it. But this is just a fun race because it's a nighttime race. It's on the one of the short versions of Sebring. It's just a fun little sprint race, you know? And I like sprint races. When will I be back on PMR? Next week, probably. Once the update hits. Assuming we get the update next week. My plan is basically... Tonight, we're going to be doing Wreckfest. Wreckfest is a lot of fun. Got to get involved with that. And then once the update... The problem with PMR is that the player base is down. The update, good or bad, the update, it's going to at least bring people back to it, at least temporarily. So I'll jump back to it, and then I'll probably play it on my nighttime streams. I don't know if it's going to ever make my daytime stream anymore because, like right now, I'm able to do a grind. This is repetitive, but it works by myself. I can stream, I can talk to chat, I can do the race. PMR, I find myself, it's menu simulator. On ranked anyway, you know? Although they do have the a couple good ranked races this week. I'm hoping the patch comes out and then the ranked races don't change. Because I would like to jump around a little bit. But I also want to get silver out of LMU. Because I'm sick of driving GT3s in LMU. I want to get into some hyper stuff. Yeah, we're not done with PMR at B-Salient by any means. PMR is still top 3 sim for me. It's hard to play something that when there's just not a player base, you know? It sucks. But I'm 100% for that game. This is me playing LMU right now is not me like submitting to PMR as failure or something like that. I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, look, see, he's playing LMU now. That's how you know PMR sucks." No, I disagree with that notion. ACC is still alive, yeah. I was never fully into ACC enough, though, to really, like, I would rather play this than ACC. Just because my brain, I can pick a couple different driving sims and get used to them and retain that information. But like 5 or 6 different sims, I can't do that. My brain is just too old and dumb to have memory for that many sims. Yeah, you can only see PC player count. I'll tell you right now. LMU concurrent players. Right now, 5,985 with a 24-hour peak being 6,195. ACC. 4233 with a 24-hour peak of 4246. So, still very good numbers. The all-time peak is 4,000 players higher in ACC, though. But it's also been out quite a bit longer. And LMU is only growing, so... But, like, all-time peak, though, has always been an irrelevant number. It's nice for bragging rights, but it's irrelevant. Because PMR, for example, their all-time peak was 2,000. And they haven't gone over, like 200 concurrents since. We're back at home, boys. We're back at home. Exactly. I want to say iRacing on average has 15 to 20,000 people playing at once. It's still the biggest sim. It's still the monopoly. Which is why I really hope LMU doesn't go the monopoly route. You know, charging people for everything. All right, let's see if the pit limiter auto turns off here. Oh, it probably... Nothing's ever going to reach full potential on consoles, unfortunately. Yep, turns off automatically. I like it better already. Perfect. Less thinking my brain's got to do. I want simulated driving. I don't want to have to operate it like it's a real car in real life where I have to do all these little microtransactions. I don't care. While I understand that, Trev, the in-game player count shows you it's primarily console players that are playing the game. This race alone has 20-something splits right now. Oh. It's so weird when it does that. I think it's my mouse still. The vibrations from my haptics are moving the mouse around. Oh, 6.
Time 107.22.
But yeah, I'm very much looking forward, because I will say last night, obviously off stream, because I wasn't streaming, I was jumping back and forth between PMR and LMU to configure them to make them as close to the other one as possible, which is how I kind of figured out the Horizon issues with this that I didn't like, to make them sort of feel much closer together. And when the GTEs in PMR feel so fucking incredible. They really do. GT3s not so much. But GTEs feel incredible in PMR.
Lap 106.45.
Changing that horizon lock to low made this in-cockpit view so much better. So much better. But another way to explain that, like, the player base of PMR is super low is just I can't get lobbies going. That's a big part of why I'm not playing PMR right now until the next update. Even when I do custom lobbies, I'm getting like 6 people in them. Do I think PMR is dead? No. No. It's more, if anything, it's more like PMR hasn't been born yet. But,
Lap 106.09.
you know, I do think there is somewhat of a time-sensitive nature to video games. What's going on here? I'm trying to go back to pit. I don't get it. Whatever, I guess I'll just go back to pit the old-fashioned way. Alright, so it does automatically turn on. Qualifying was considered unsafe because I track limited. It's weird it wouldn't let me, like, see, that's what I'm talking about, how, like, it does some weird shit. Like, kind of confused what's happening right now. Like, I'm just stuck. Oh, now I can't. I wonder, was I out of focus?
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
That was weird, man. I think my mouse was out of focus. I think it clicked on the other screen, and it wouldn't, nothing was working. That was weird. Like, yeah, I couldn't do anything right there, but I think it was because, like I said, my mouse was clicked on my second monitor and I was out of focus. So weird. But yeah, I'm basically like, I know a lot of guys don't have the choice on console, but I'm like sort of...
Formation lap has started.
I'm doing like that low-key, like, step away from the game for now. Until, you know... we get some players in it, that's all. So we'll wait for the next update, see what comes, play the game, and if players fall off, then we do the same thing, you know? I got nothing but love for PMR, but it needs to be finished. That's the reality of it. That is the reality of the situation. Now I'm just going to pull out slow here. This guy behind me can just deal with it.
Green flag, green flag.
You think this guy here, like, being impatient, I'm trying to let it go. Oh, look, you already got into an accident being impatient. Good job. Oh my God, look at this shit. Y'all are clueless, man. This is hard to watch. God, get me to silver. Get me to silver. Hopefully this race goes well, and it gets me to bronze too. Dr. Spider-Pig, I don't think the next update's going to have Join in Progress. I think the next one will. The one after that, I'm saying. That's going based off at least what was said in the podcast. But I still think it's relatively short-term update. Meaning, like, I think we'll have a couple patches inside the month. Like, before June. I'm hoping, anyway. Be really nice to get Join in Progress before May. Before June. Nice rejoin. Post Malone. It's just like playing dodgeball right now with these guys.
Time 108.86. That time was a 107.88.
This is also probably my last race, by the way. I gotta go eat some lunch. Overall, good day, though. Couple of, like, stupid experiences that are partially a learning curve. Partially bad drivers. Myself included in that.
Lap 106.17.
But yeah, Wreckfest 2 tonight, boys. Was considering PMR, but like I said, I want to wait till the next update to jump back over to PMR. And then the plan... We'll see what PMR is like in the update. Let's just say, hypothetically, it comes out Monday morning. I don't know, but let's just say it comes out Monday morning. We'll daytime stream PMR. We'll explore PMR, see what it's all about, what the update is all about, I mean. And then, if it goes well, we'll play custom lobbies at night. But... And then Wednesday, we'll probably jump back to this. And the grind for silver. So I can get into some hypercar racing. Because I could take hypercar racing a little more seriously, mentally. GT3s I'm very impatient with.
Time 106.32.
Out of curiosity, how hard is it to fall back a rank? Once I'm silver, how hard is it to fall back to bronze? I'm just wondering if it's worth it once I get to silver to keep doing this kind of race just to push my rank higher and higher and higher to get a safety net from mistakes. Jesus Christ. I'm not sure. I know I'm going to start whatever it gives me for one. But I mean, I like the Cadillac LMDH. As far as like the P2s and the P3s, I don't have much experience with those, so we'll see.
Lap 106.18.
I do have to look into setting up a server for this game, though. Because a big part of me wanting to stream and wanting to play a game and sync time is the ability to be able to host my own races. And I make the rules, you know? Dude, what the... You can tell there are some guys that are doing what I'm doing, but they are having zero push. I'm pretty confident that guy's just out for a solo drive trying to get his safety rating up. But dude, he is driving slow. Like, that to me is just zero fun. I'm still going to push. I'm still going to try and figure out some laps, learn the cars better. But I'm just going to avoid that last few percent when it comes to battling.
90.
I think what we are getting in the next PMR update, I think, based off of what was said in the podcast, is the MDI stuff, which should help boost performance of the game. I'll give it a shot, Mike, but no promises. These are just words. No meaning behind them. But I'll try.
That time was a 106.44.
The induction sound of the Coyote gives away when I flat-foot it. Like, if I turned off my HUD that showed you my throttle input, the audio from the induction of this thing would give away when I'm at it. Ready? Oh, I didn't do it right there. Pretend that you can stay silver. Well, my whole thing is once I get to silver, I can retire. I can never play again. I'm silver. We're good. My participation trophy. No, I wish that you could just select more races. I really do, because I am having genuine fun in this particular race in LMU right now. But there's so many races that will not be the case. So I either stress myself out and force myself to learn and bend the knee to something I don't want to do, or I just do something else. I do want to try AC Rally again, too.
105.65.
6 minutes left. And then it's time for lunch. I am starving. So I think I want to put the Nordschleife track behind me, like there. The one that lights up, the one you probably see ads for all the time. It's an insane amount of money. It's really ridiculously overpriced. But I kind of want to put it, I think it'll look pretty good in the background. I'd love to put a, silver YouTube 100,000 subscriber plaque there, but I'm pretty far away from that, so it is what it is. Oh, that was lame. That was lame. I don't really know whose fault that was, but it didn't even look like we made contact on radar.
That time was a 1-0.
Yes, Fue, we are unfortunately still having fun. Now, this is just a good race. I just enjoy this race. I'm silver farming. So I'm not really battling anybody. I'm just here doing laps. Why did I just get a blue flag? I'm definitely more excited for PMR. Unless this game gets a bunch of features that cater to the casual player, I'm more excited for the future of PMR than the future of this. Right now, this is a really good one-trick pony.
Lap 1-0.
But if you don't like that one trick, you're not going to like the game. However, if they introduce custom lobbies and, things like that, maybe expand a little bit on the cars you have, but as of right now, the best way I can explain LMU is it feels like an ACC successor. Like, the thing, though, is that, PMR is going to change a lot. Inside of a year, PMR is going to change a lot. I don't know how much this game is going to change. So, we'll see.
105.77.
Either way, though, what I'm doing right now is a good experience. I did a sample race of this last night with AI to commit to today's stream. And I enjoyed it with the AI. She's like, all right, maybe I'll have a good time with this. And it worked out. The haptics are also helping the experience. I haven't used them in a while, but since I relocated the rig over here, I decided, let's fire them up. I haven't used them in a while because I had to test them, make sure everything worked. Jesus.
Time 1-0-7.50.
I don't trust this guy in that Mustang. Is silver a lot better than bronze when it comes to driver quality? Or do I really got to push for gold? Compete with my viewers' times? I don't even know what that would be. That other game has my interest. That endurance game that's like on Steam that all you can see is pictures of. I'm like, what is this about? I also like that this is fixed races. And I don't know when that's coming to PMR, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, unfortunately. And right now in PMR, I feel like there's still way too much you can do to the cars to make them faster. To the point where you're just gonna chase the meta car setup. And I really don't like that. Because that's all it's ever gonna be. Just chasing the meta. It's basically gonna be Call of Duty of sim racing. Without fixed setups.
Lap 1:05.74.
Alright, last lap. Here we go. Let's keep it safe. Oh, for the PMR guys out there too, my streetcar liveries are available now in GTE. They look good. The guy Rally did them. He did the, oh my god. He has a fix-in for the Vipers. Yeah, that's the only thing that's got to change from what's there. The stripe is too separated. Other than that, he crushed him. Alright, pulled it off. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. Yeah, in fact, actually, I'll show you the liveries now. I'm pretty pumped on those. I just want to see what my stats are right now. See if I get to bronze 2. Trusted badge! I'm a trusted racer, guys! I'm a trusted racer badge guy. You see? I am good at what I do. And I'm bronze 2. Fuck yeah, perfect. Successful day. Successful day. Who knew? Who thunk it? Look at that. Look at that shit. Oh, you guys can't see. Hold on. Boom, look at that right there. Trusted racer badge applied. You are now recognized as one of the cleanest drivers on the track. Anyway. All right, we're happy. You must have an active race control. Yeah, I know. What? 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 Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Tenth place. That seems to be the out of the pit place that I come in. All right, let's get out of this quick. Oh, sweet. What? All right, let's go look at the liveries quick. Yeah, that's the idea with the streetcar liveries, too bad, is I didn't want sponsors. I am the sponsor, so I get my banner on there. That's it. Kill this music for now, since we're ending it. See if there's any updates here. Nothing there. Okay. So, Singular Player Race Weekend. That's a new livery by Rally. Pretty cool. Wrong way. We've already got the ZR1 one, but let's go to the GTs. So we got the Corvette. So we got this one. These are all factory colors based, or they're based off factory colors anyway. Factory C7 ZR1, even though it says Z06 on it, but nothing to do about that. Orange. Orange is hot. That's a hot color. You know it is. Don't even lie. No sponsors except for me. I am the sponsor of this because I paid for it. That's why. Let's go back. Now the Vipers. So if you look at the Viper here, right, this stripe. Now if you look at the liveries that I had done, the stripe is further apart. So there is currently, he's already has it in, it's just waiting on Mod Hub, and they're on vacation. But to basically tighten the stripe up to that. See the difference? So it'll basically just look like that. That's how it's supposed to be with the Viper. This is the actual stripe. It's tighter. But anyway, that's the Viper. That's the only edit I'm having them do. And then I actually really like the 4 GT ones. These are the only ones I've had done so far, these 3 cars. Black center stripe. I forgot what this color is called. This is also a factory color. And then so is this. Green clown. Right? I haven't seen that movie in forever. But yeah, I want to finish off this class. So I got to do some Aston Martin. I got to do the BMW. I got to do the C8. And I got to do the Porsche. This class has, like, no liveries. Which is a shame. Like, I think I'm going to do the Porsche next, for sure. Honestly, I might as well just do them all. But yeah. But this is my go-to color for this car. Although the orange is right there with it. Which do you guys like better, the orange or the black? Even though it's technically like a gray. But this car drives so good. Like, that's the thing. GT3 for GT3 LMU drives a lot better than PMR. But this class, this car drives better than all of LMU. So, it's really hard to be like, this sim is better. No, this sim is better. Unfortunately, these cars are not popular in this game, which is a shame because they're some of the best driving cars. Anyway. Try to race that black car in a night race, I'd ban you. That's funny. That's funny. All right, boys, that's it for me, though. Orange. Okay. We get it, Fue. You like the orange. That being said, though, that's it for me for today. Tonight, Friday night. Fue, you better be on because guess what we're doing, boys? We're doing some Wreckfest. Wreckfest is a good time. I've been missing Wreckfest, so we're going to get some Wreckfest going. That'll be fun. And then Monday, hopefully Monday, PMR releases an update, hopefully. And then we'll explore that, and then hopefully it goes well, and we'll do some lobbies come Monday night. And then we'll probably jump back to... I'm thinking if PMR can sustain players, I think on average, my plan is going to be LMU for the daytime stream because the ranked play is just better, provided silver means cleaner driving. Because I don't necessarily care about winning. Like I said, I'll battle for second to last place with one guy who's a good race for me. I don't care about winning the race. I just want good racing with one other person. But That being said, LMU right now is crushing PMR's ranked system. I'm okay with that because the custom lobbies option when there are players crushes LMU to me, but there's no customizability with LMU. So we'll see. But that being said, today was a good day on LMU. Happy that it worked out that way because I needed a good day of streaming where I was not miserable. I'm also liking the new setup I got going on here. Definitely freshen things up. Also, running the haptics helped too. Anyway, boys, that's it for me today. I'll see y'all at 10:30 to 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight for some RecFest. Until then, have a good day.